We're talking about something invisible. You understand what God is? A spirit. Unless you have no idea what a spirit is, you cannot be so ignorant like this. All right? It's like...
But you just explained that a spirit is a direction.
Show me your love, right? Show me your love with your evidence. Let me see your dollar figure. Man, how stupid that is. Ay, ay, ay.
So love is God, then, you're trying to suggest?
No, I didn't say that. I was giving an example, right? Let's not be so stupid like this. Why are you guys trolling? This is what I'm talking about. You guys are trolling without logic. Yay, yay.
I'd just go on to another thing to move this conversation along. Thickshades, do you have any particular questions for us? Because we've been asking you questions and you're trying to explain your position. I'm hoping we can reverse this and answer any questions you have to explain our position, because it does seem perhaps that you misunderstand the atheist position.
Well, you know, I understand your position because I used to be one, and
yeah, but we're not all the same, Thickshades. Well,
I didn't say that. I didn't say we are all same. I said I used to be one. I understand you guys. Let's keep it that way. Because I understand. I know where you're coming from. Now, when I understand where you're coming from, I can kind of give you a little better example than anybody who wouldn't understand. Even when I was I thought I was a Christian, so to say, I wasn't, because I didn't know God. See, as I said,
so you were never really an atheist. You just didn't know God.
Well, like I said, like I made it very clear from the beginning. There's no such thing as atheist. All right, being atheist itself is illogical. All right, I've been through this. Okay,
explain to me how there's no such thing as an atheist. Because that statement makes absolutely no sense.
All right, so tell me your position in atheism.
What do you mean? What my position?
First tell me your position in atheism. Why are you an atheist, for example?
Because the evidence that the religious has provided is not adequate to meet my standards of what is required.
Right, good. Yeah. The reason why I said that we went over this is because what you said itself is illogical. Let me explain to you why.
How is that illogical?
How the heck do you just know?
Lack belief without evidence.
How the heck do you just know there's no evidence? That illogical.
And full circle.
Hold on, wait, hold on, 1 second, guys.
It's appealing. You are
when did I say there was no evidence? All the evidence that you guys have provided has either been proven to be false or has been proven to be wrong. I never said there is no evidence, but the evidence that has been provided is wrong.
So what has that got to do with God? Just because they have shown you something, what has that got to do with God again? Huh?
What is it?
All the things I have shown you, what has that got to do with God, man?
Because you're trying to prove God. Oh my God, dude!
You're trying to prove the
logicalness that I'm talking about. Okay, let's say 1,000 people presented you with a whole bunch of evidence, and you reviewed all that, and you said, "Oh, that's not evidence. You know, I can't accept that." But still, what has that got to do with God, man? God is over there watching. Right? And then there are about 1 million people behind you with other evidences, so to say. All right?
Thickshades, do you believe in aliens?
I'm not done. See, you guys keep jumping. That's why, I have to say this over and over. Just because you haven't seen any evidence, that doesn't mean that God disappears. All right?
Well, aren't you presupposing that a God exists? I know that maybe sounds like a stupid point, but...
Well, then why are you presupposing that there's no God?
Sorry, could you say that again? My headset's a bit...
I don't think anyone of us is presupposing
the same
that.
way. See, that logic can apply the same way. You guys just saying that there's no God without any evidence, so to say. I gave you at least 3 of mine to show you why God exists. You guys show me anything.
No.
So how the heck do you just know? How the heck do you just know God?
That's because atheism does not make claims. It is a rejection of claims that you make.
Well, what does that got to do with anything? What is that got to do with the very existence of God? Let's say I suggest you the 3 evidences, all right? What does that got to do with just because you don't accept God disappear? Is that your logic?
Can I maybe just set up this counter argument here? Let me use the same argument, but let's use it for the pink teapot that's floating between Mars and Earth. How does the fact that we don't have any evidence got anything to do with the existence of the teapots?
Teapots? Well, let me see the Bible, okay? Let me see the Bible of teapots, man. Where the heck is the Bible of teapots? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, let me write
that
right now. I can write it this very second. I'm writing down on a piece of paper. There is a teapot, and everything on this piece of paper is true. There you go.
Yeah.
Before you crap like that, I think you should really prove your existence. All right. And while at it,
I think therefore I am done.
No, listen. While at it, show your brain whether you can think or not, man.
I can't prove it to you though.
No, show me your brain. Show me your brain. Listen very carefully. Show me your brain. I gotta see that evidence, whether you can think or not. Man, what is your IQ, man?
I haven't actually
Can you
had
show
that
us
checked.
your brain, Thickshades?
Man, you're still so invisible, you know? You gotta learn to be relevant. I told you before, what we are talking about is like love. You know what I'm saying?
Love.
So anyway, guys, the atheist position should be agnostic at best, because otherwise, man, like I've been making points, you guys are lying. You guys are saying,
Thickshades. I think most of us are agnostic atheists.
All you guys are saying that I know God. All right, you guys are saying I know God. All right, I know God.
No, we're not saying we know God. We're saying that we don't believe God. But just on to another question, just to move this on again. Do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in what?
Aliens.
Aliens?
That's one of the questions in the chat.
You mean like Obama alien? You mean?
I mean like extraterrestrial.
Do you believe that Obama is an alien?
I thought he was a reptilian.
You know what? I think. You know what? I think I can come up with that document that I'm an alien. Well, I don't know. It's something that I could ponder. You know, something that extraterrestrial. It's always fun, sci-fi, and all that. And some people are just even say like before Noah's flood, they escaped these Nephilim, so to say. They escaped to other space, and that's why they're coming back or whatever. You know, the thing is, what I believe is. Just like you guys, man, actually. Evidence. I went through, actually, my experience. I have experienced being born again. I have experienced visions, okay? I have seen the truth in the Bible. So those kind of things I can tell you, but, you know, other than that, you're just going to have to believe me, all right? You're just going to have to believe that I can ride a bike. See, I don't have a bike with me. You see, I don't have a bicycle with me to show you that I can ride a bike. But you're just gonna have to believe me, man.
Well, you see, that's not how reality works. I don't have to believe anything.
No, it's not that reality. No, I just gave an example about the bicycle. I asked you to say, show me
the bike example is just like
and you saying that I have to believe it just because you said it is a testament to your gullibility, which is probably why you're a religious man.
I don't think so. You are only listening to the end part. So you didn't.
Okay, so if I told you that I could fly, you have to believe me because you can't prove that I can't fly.
I cannot believe you because you don't have any fundamental. You don't have any base. I just told you my base. All right.
Okay.
I told
you can't. Well, sir, you cannot prove that I. you cannot prove that I can't fly. Therefore, you have to believe I can.
So now we're talking about different subject, right? We're talking about the messenger. You see, you are talking about the messenger, not the message. As much as if you are my good friend and I've known you for all my life, whatever you crap, I'll believe you. Just like, let's say you say I know how to ride a bike, and I say bullshit, prove it, and you say I don't have a bike. I told you you're lying. See. If
Thickshades, the reason we believe you is because we're assuming that you have arms and legs and you've been taught how to ride a bike. However, if you were to suggest that a god exists, then we'd have to be since we're unaware or unfamiliar with that particular subject, then you'd have to present evidence, relevant evidence that we can see or witness, use our senses to actually hear, see, touch, feel, or taste. We have to use our senses to identify it.
A person fully, all right? Listen very carefully. If you're really serious about the discussion, listen very carefully. What I said about the bicycle example is something that, let's say, the person has to prove he can ride the bicycle without the bicycle physically present. Moreover, the person he's proving to doesn't know what the bicycle is. He hasn't seen the bike at all right? He has no idea what God is. That's what I'm saying. All right?
Yes,
so for that person... Go ahead.
Can you explain what God looks like then? You said you've had a spiritual experience or something. Can you explain what he looks like?
Of course not. How can I? I didn't see God.
Well, you said in your spiritual, you've experienced a religious experience or something like that.
Well, then why did you presume that I saw God? And as if you're asking some kind of like, it's rhetorically, that can you explain to God? I mean, that's like, see, that kind of attitude, man. If you want to discuss about certain things, throw that crap away. Just asking straight up, what is your vision experience? Something like that, man. What the heck? If you want to see God, man, you gotta be dead.